Why am I getting online store sessions but no add to carts? If you're getting at least 50 visitors to your store every single day or even more, but you're not getting any add to carts at all, then something is seriously very wrong. In this video itself, I'm going to deep dive into the 3 reasons what's causing this issue. We're going to go into the minds of your potential customers, understand what's going on in their heads, and I'm going to share with you what are the things you can do to rectify this issue and start getting add to carts. Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI doctor who helps small businesses and online stores get more sales and customers by getting on Google and YouTube page 1. Assuming you've been getting a steady stream of potential customers to your store and they are viewing the product pages, they are not adding to carts. What could possibly be the issue? Think about it. If these are new customers coming to your site, that's the first time they've seen your store, the first time they've seen your products. They don't know what your business is about. They don't really know if you can be trusted. They don't know if the products that you have in your store are good or as good as it claims to be. So why would they buy? Why should they spend their money to buy those products from you? How then can you create this trust so the store visitors would want to add the products to cart and eventually buy from you? There are 3 ways which you can create trust. The first thing to do is to create a trustworthy branding. What does branding mean? Branding means having a good logo. You can go to Fiverr and hire someone to do something like a decent enough logo. It doesn't have to be extravagant, just something for you to start off with to make sure that you look legit. And then deciding on the fonts that you are using throughout your entire website and deciding the colors that you want to use. Make sure that the fonts and the colors is in alignment with the products that you're selling. If you're selling like baby products, then maybe you want to use something that looks a bit more cutesy fonts, like colors which are more baby blue, baby pink, so it aligns with the types of products. So you want to have the right feel. If you're using black or like dark red, so that's not really going to align with your entire branding if you're selling baby products. So that's an example. The next thing you want to do is also to share with your potential customers more about you as a business, like what's your mission statement, where do you produce your products, where your products come from, or maybe you as a business owner, who you are, where you come from, why do you have this business, what do you believe in, and how do you think your products is going to help your customers. So that's another way of helping to build your trust and branding, so they have a kind of an idea of your business itself, whether you are to be trusted. So the more information that they know more about you, then the more likely that they're going to increase the trust factor. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see Shopify and WooCommerce store owners making is the images. The images that they use, they are of different size. It's not really cut properly. Either that or the images look really blurry. It's not clear. You can't really see what the product is about. Or they're using the wrong pictures. If they're selling shoes, they're putting like a picture of a t-shirt inside and it's really misleading and it confuses the customer. So if you create a confusion like this, it's going to decrease the trust that you're trying to build out throughout your entire store. So make sure you stay consistent, create a consistent look and feel for your products. And the next thing you want to do as well is to create longer product description. Describe what your product is about. Tell them as much as you can about the characteristics of your products. If you are selling, for example, like a baby cloth, you can tell them like, the size, or maybe in some cases, if you're selling furniture, you would have the length and width, as well as the material, what is it made of. All this little information helps the customer to understand better what they're actually buying. And of course, you can also, if you're selling apparel, let's say if you're selling like a top, what would be a good occasion to wear the top? Writing more vivid description of your products and how they can actually use the product is going to help your customers understand better what your product is about, and it's easier to persuade them when you have like longer text and you're actually explaining what your product is about. Because if you put yourself in the shoes of the customers, first time coming to your store, don't know about your store, haven't heard of your products, and then They are looking at no description, so they are not sure what they're actually buying. So how can you convince them that they should buy your products if you're not actually telling them anything about the product that they're buying? So make sure you fill up your product description. Don't leave it empty or just write 2 or 3 lines, because that's not going to help your case. So the next thing you want to have is to set up your social media accounts. Choose 1 to 2 platforms that you know that your customers are going to hang out on. You can share more pictures or video clips of what's happening in your business. How do you wrap up your products to send out for delivery? All these little details that you're putting in and sharing with your customers all help your customers to understand better and to feel confident to hand over their money. At this point, you must be thinking, oh, Clarice, sounds like a lot of things that I need to be doing for my store, and how much would that need? Don't worry, I've created this video where I talk about the different aspects that you need to consider when planning for your marketing budget for your Shopify or WooCommerce store, so check the video out here. Another great way to build trust is to share with potential customers how your company is conducting business. Have a clear shipping policy where the customers will be able to know immediately how long the products will take to ship. Ideally, if you have a shipping that takes about a week or less, that's going to convince potential customers to buy from you. If it takes 2 to 3 weeks, unless your products is something that's very unique and they can't get it anywhere else, then they might choose to buy from somewhere else. Put your delivery options, your how much it costs. Be transparent about all this information so customers will have a better idea on how much the entire order is going to cost. So if you put all of this information up front, it's also a good way to build trust so the customers know how you as a company is conducting business. Also make sure your returns policy is clear. So let's say if the customers do have some doubts, so they are thinking, okay, what if the product is not really as good as it says, like can I return it? So having a clear returns policy up front for the customers is going to instill confidence for them to buy, so they know that, okay, so if the company is able to give a guarantee that I can return this product and get my money back, so they will feel even more confident to buy from you. And remember to put in your contact details as well, so they can actually know they can ask you questions or they know that you're contactable. So that's another way to build up the trust factors with your customers. Of course, that's going to help greatly as well is if you have testimonials from your customers, previous customers. Potential customers like to hear from other previous customers who have bought your product and they have used it and they really liked it, so they will look at those testimonials. So if you have testimonials as well, do put that up. The customers who have bought from you have created social media content and share it on the social media account, and then you can capture those content itself and share on your own social media account, or you can put it on your website as well, what other customers say. It's a great way as well to have confirmation from previous customers. The second reason why you're not getting add to carts even though you're getting loads of store visitors to your store is because you're getting the wrong people to your store. If the store visitors who are coming to your store is maybe from your Facebook ads that you're running, or if you are collaborating with different influencers to drive those traffic and they are not getting any add to carts, chances are you might be getting the wrong people to your store. In this case, these people are not interested to buy any of your products at all, so there's no chance that they're going to buy your products. What you need to do is to go and look at your Shopify store reports, or if you're using WooCommerce, you can check out your Google Analytics, look at the traffic sources, like where are they coming from, who are these people who just came to your store and just left, so you know exactly where they come from. And if you are running ads, then you know that perhaps the Facebook ads is the problem. Maybe you need to review your entire Facebook ad campaign to see what's the problem so you can get the right people coming to your store. And of course, if you choose to work with influencers, maybe you need to go and take a look to see if they're actually legit and find out what's the problem. Maybe you need to start looking for new people to work with so you can get the right people to your store. If you don't really know how to look at those reports to find out where these people are coming from, I have a video right here where I share with you how to look at those reports, and you can ask the right questions to get the right traffic going to your site. So that's going to be really useful, so do check that out. It's very analytical, but it also gives you like a bird's eye view on what's happening, who are those store visitors. If you're only using Shopify store reports and you don't have Google Analytics install it, I highly recommend you to install that, because that will also give you more information on how the store visitors are behaving on your site, if they are browsing other pages on your site as well, And if these people, let's say if you're having Facebook ads store visitors, do they leave immediately? How long do they stay on your site in general? If they leave after 1 second or 2 seconds, it obviously means that you have got the wrong people to your site. If you have those information on hand, then that's definite confirmation that you have the wrong people on your site and it's time to start channeling the right traffic to your store. Having said that, there is also another possibility is that if you have those store visitors coming to your site and they're checking out other pages as well, they spend quite a bit of time on your site, checking out your store, checking out your other products. So they might likely be potential customers, but they're not ready to buy on this particular visit. Maybe they need to come a few more times. Maybe they need to have a little think about it. Maybe they want to discuss with someone else. It'll be great at this stage when you have an email pop up to ask for their email address. Perhaps you can tell them, okay, for your first sale, you can get like 20% off. It helps the customers to really keep you in mind. Having your customer's email address means you can pop into their mind and remind them about your store products, so maybe they can come and visit another time, and maybe the next time they'll be ready to buy. And of course, if you haven't set up your social media accounts, there you can also check out my other video here on how you can set up your Instagram account and your Instagram posts on your Shopify store. So hopefully that's going to help store visitors to check out your Instagram account so you can actually keep your products at the top of their mind, and should they decide to come back at a later date to check things out, then you have everything out there and you know that you've done your best to create more interaction points for those customers. Because if you are actually not aware of it, these days customers don't necessarily buy when they come to a store. They might need multiple interaction points, especially if the cost of the products is not low. Then they might need to think about it and consider maybe other products you want to compare with other products before they decide to buy. So having more of those interaction points, allowing them to check out your social media account, checking out your products on other channels and platforms as well, it really instills confidence in your customers. It makes them feel reassured that, alright, okay, this business seems really legit, they're selling good products, I would like to buy from them. It's going to be worthwhile and I'm going to be really pleased after I buy those items. So that's the feeling, or that's the entire experience you want to offer to your customers. There are also other alternative ways to get even more traffic. Aside from getting Facebook ads or Instagram ads traffic or working with influencers to drive traffic to your site, you can also get your products listed for free on Google Shopping. You can check out my video here on exactly how you can do that, or you can also run Google Shopping ads if you haven't run those ads already. So if you are not getting add to carts, I hope everything that I've explained in this video is going to give you suggestions on what you can do next. If you found this video useful, remember to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on how to get more customers and sales by getting on Google and YouTube page 1. Bye!